In this session, let us understand some important rules and formulas that are pretty much needed to understand before we solve any question in the pipeline. Let us see what are those. There are a few formulas that are needed to be understood. The first thing is the relationship between the frequency and a time in a clock. Okay, you know that T is equal to 1 by F and F is equal to 1 by T. This is the first thing that you need to understand. Second thing is non-pipeline time. Non-pipeline processor time is equal to N into Tn, in which N is the number of tasks as Tn is time required for one task. The third one is pipeline time for n tasks is equal to k plus n minus 1 into Tp. Okay. Here, k is number of segments, n is the number of tasks, and Tp is max stage delay plus max register delay. Okay, so this k plus n minus 1 into Tp is the time required for n number of tasks in a pipeline system. Okay, and in a pipeline system, time needed for one task is equal to Tp. Okay, that is because if you can have a look at, there are several segments. Which has different delays: 2 clock cycles, 4 clock cycles, 3 clock cycles, 1 clock cycle. Okay, there are several instructions to execute within this pipeline: I1, I2, and so on. There are n number of instructions that are needed to execute. You know that the first instruction will have to go through all the phases. The first instruction I1, will consume all the clock cycles. In order to execute the first instruction, we require all the clock cycles. That is 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1. So for executing the first instruction, we do require all the clock cycle. That is 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 1, 10. Okay. These are the examples. Okay. I'm considering these are the example of stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, which has the latencies 2 clock cycles, 4 clock cycles, 3 clock cycle, and 1 clock cycle. In this pipeline system, for the first instruction, you know that the time will be 10 clock cycles. Okay, the first instruction will take all the clock cycles. But rest of the remaining instruction, that is n minus 1, remaining n minus 1 instructions will take only TP clock cycles, if you can understand, you will get the output at the 10th clock cycle. After 10 clock cycles, for every 4 clock cycle, there will be a continuous output. Okay, so in a pipeline system, only for the first instruction, it will be the total number of clock cycles that are required, which is a blend of all the delays of all the stages. But rest of all the remaining n-1 instructions, it will be just equal to TP clock cycles. It is purely because rest of all the instructions will take only 4 clock cycles. Again, in 14th clock cycle, there will be an output. In 18th clock cycle, there will be an output. In 22nd clock cycle, there will be an output. So on. Okay. This is very important phenomena to understand. First instruction will go through all the phases. Repeatedly, I am saying because it is needed to be injected. First instruction will take all the clock cycle. You wait for 10 clock cycle to get the first output. After the first output, second instruction output will be at the 14th clock cycle. Third instruction output will be at the 18th clock cycle. Okay, because the maximum segment delay is equal to 4. So remaining all the n-1 instructions will take just a TP number of clock cycles. And speed up, you know that speed up is equal to n into Tn divided by k plus n-1 into Tp. A pipeline system time, sorry, a non-pipeline system time divided by pipeline system time, eventually we will get k. Speed up will be equal to k. Okay. When we are provided with the number of tasks, it will be this way. Otherwise, if the number of tasks are not given, it will be Tn divided by Tp. Anyhow, these two will get cancelled. Okay. Speed up can also be calculated by using this formula. Okay. If the number of tasks are given, you use this formula. If the number of tasks are not given, you can use this formula. I will write it here. If number of tasks are not given, okay, and stall cycles. How to calculate stall cycles? It will be equal to k minus 1. We can also get the stall cycles in another rule, that is actual entry minus supposed entry. Okay, both will be one and the same. K minus 1 or this rule will be the same thing. Okay, this rule is, in another words, will be equal to k minus 1. That's it. Okay, now here one more final rule is average pipeline time for one task with stall cycles is equal to 1 plus, stay focused carefully, n into 1 plus n into stall cycles into Tp. Okay, rather it is a whole Tp. Okay, so what is this n? N is rate of instructions incurs the stalls. This is the thing. When we have to solve a few questions in which we are also provided with the details that some 20% of the instructions are going to incur some stall cycles. We are going to use this formula for calculating the average pipeline time for one task. It will be equal to 1 plus n into stall cycles, number of stall cycles into TP. You know what is TP? TP is max stage delay plus max segment delay. Okay. Now, these are the complete formulas and rules in order to solve any question in the pipeline. Okay. Just go through these rules again. T is equal to 1 by F is equal to 1 by T. Non-pipeline processor time is equal to n into Tn, in which n is the number of tasks, Tn is time required for one task. Pipeline time for n tasks is equal to k plus n minus 1 into Tp, in which k is the number of segments and Tp is max stage delay plus max register delay. Pipeline system, in a pipeline system, time needed for one task is equal to Tp. Okay, in a pipeline system, of course, you know that speed up is equal to k ntn divided by k plus n minus 1 into Tp. Okay, we can also calculate the speed up by using Tn by Tp formula when number of tasks are not given. Okay, stall cycles is equal to k minus 1, you know this. This will also be equal to actual entry minus supposed entry. Okay, in a pipeline system, time required for one task is equal to Tp. Same in the pipeline system, time required for one task, average time required for one task, including the stall cycles. With the stall cycles is 1 plus, I will rewrite it here, 1 plus n into number of stall cycles into Tp. This is the thing, in which n is the rate of instructions incurs the stalls. Okay, so these are the rules that are needed to be digested before you solve any pipelining question.